get it right. Let's 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 get it right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. I can't believe this. Wow. Let's get into this here.
At this particular moment in time, irrelevant. Because I'm not going to...
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You in here with your boy Dealatofficial right now. Don't forget, this is No Filters. It's the reason why you in here. We're trying to save your life. You about to learn something that's going on in the world. And the embarrassing part about it is, a lot of people feel like this is a big play. But the good part is we're here to read the headlines and read in between the lines so we can figure out how to inform, understand, and be aware that if your president is doing this type of activity or engaging in this, justifying himself to get the best presidential scorecard, or for him to even try to get a situation that I heard after, as far as them trying to drop things like the Epstein files, trying to drop issues that we continue to come up with. This is Stephen A. Smith. This man right here was actually in the room when it happened. I think the point of view from hearing from his point of view makes more sense. Then we can really discuss and break down the understanding of how this was really staged in my eyes and in yours as well. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. This is easy as 1, 2, 3. Just double tap that screen. Easy work for you. Don't be hard-headed. Just double tap that screen. It all matters. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to reach out, straight shooter in the house, Stephen A. Smith coming at you. We all know a lot about what happened this weekend and, some other innocuous, frivolous stuff on my YouTube channel I'll be addressing a little bit later on in the show. But for the purposes of what transpired this weekend, I felt the need to address it because I was there. I was in the room, and it was a crazy, crazy experience to say the least. First of all, we all know by now that a shooter penetrated the perimeter at the Washington Hilton Hotel, the site and the location of the White House Correspondents Dinner that took place this past Saturday night. I, as an employee of Disney who works for ESPN, ABC is also owned by Disney, and the honchos for ABC invited me as their personal guest. And it was wild, to say the least. Essentially, somebody had rushed through the perimeter. We now learned it was a second grade school teacher, and he was trying to do some harm. Just to give y'all just a quick account of it, walking into the place, you had to walk a couple of blocks just to get to the hotel because obviously some of the stuff was shielded off. So you got a lot of conspiracy theorists out there claiming that this was all rigged, it was planned, it was coordinated or whatever. Me personally, people can have their opinions, their conjecture or whatever, but it would be irresponsible for me or any journalist to jump to that conclusion. We're not going to do that. And being in the room and seeing what we saw, I can tell you that it did feel that way. I can let you know that. I was sitting at a table approximately 10 to 15 feet to the right of the President of the United States. The Vice President was sitting a few seats on the table, rather. Nevertheless, what happened is that I heard a pop. I heard two shots. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then the next thing you know, you just heard commotion and you saw Secret Service running in there and running up to the Vice President and then to the President to shield them and to get them the hell up out of there. Meanwhile, they were screaming at all of us to get down, get down. And what I saw was whether it was Secret Service or law enforcement with an AR rifle, looked like it, I don't know, it was an AK-47 AR rifle. I don't know what the hell it was, aiming it into the crowd. And that's where the panic sort of kicked in, because in the moment that it was transpiring, we weren't sure if the shooter was in the actual room with the journalist. Now, just a minute or so ago, I brought up the fact that as we were walking in, there were protesters. Protesters were screaming about the Epstein files. They were screaming about the war in Iran. They were screaming about the United States working in concert with Israel to engage in genocide and stuff like these are the kind of things that they were saying outside the Washington Hilton Hotel as they were protesting. And while they were saying these things, they were aiming their ire at the media. They weren't even talking about the president or the vice president. They were talking about the media because they feel that the media has not done its job and has engaged in a dereliction of duty by not pointing out some of the transgressions that they perceive this administration to be committing. So that's what was going on before the incident happened. And then when you heard the pop, that's the sound that I heard. And you saw Secret Service running towards the stage while screaming at all the media members to get down, get down, get down. We're looking around, and what scared the living hell out of everybody was that you thought, at least for a few seconds, that the room had been penetrated, that the shooter was in the room, and that could be aiming for any of us. So all of us had to get down. We ducked under the tables, ducked under the chairs, and all of that other stuff. And that's essentially what happened. In the immediate aftermath of that, reportedly, the president wanted the event to continue. Folks came out and said the event would continue before law enforcement said, oh, no, the hell it will not. And the president is going back to the White House. It will not continue. But we were stuck in there for about an hour or so because we weren't allowed to leave until they got the president and the vice president out of there. And it took a while before folks were able to depart. Me personally, the reporters that were in the room, obviously for ABC, certainly for CBS, NBC, and other networks, it was a lot to be proud of from the standpoint that you saw everybody working together to try to find out. Everybody was working with their respective colleagues from their respective networks, working together to find out what the truth was. Because for some time, we thought there was more than one shooter. We thought that we had heard that there was a shooter upstairs, not just one downstairs. We didn't know what the hell was going on. And so we weren't able to leave. And we were stuck in there. We weren't sure if anybody had gotten caught. Ultimately, we learned that a Secret Service agent had been shot, but he was okay because he had on a bulletproof vest, and that they had apprehended the assailant, who ended up being a school teacher from California, a second grade school teacher. And we didn't know anything else because you didn't know if the shooter was in the room. And you saw them going to protect the vice president and the president, even more so than their wives, obviously. And so if the wives were vulnerable, if other cabinet members were vulnerable, imagine the media members that were there. We were left to, basically get the hell under the table and hope that law enforcement was going to apprehend this dude, which turned out was exactly what happened. They apprehended him inside of 10 seconds. They shut it down. But nevertheless, that was what happened, and we were in the room, and we didn't know whether or not he was in the room with us. And that's why you saw everybody ducking for cover, because Secret Service and law enforcement was screaming at us to get down, and stay down. They didn't want us lifting our heads up or anything like that. In the end, what it comes down to is this. We're living in some very, very troubling times. And this is not a time to point fingers and blame anybody. I can sit up there and point to the fact that we have a president that polarizes more than galvanizes. I can point to the juvenile rhetoric from time to time that comes out of his mouth and stuff like that. I can point to cabinet members, whether it's FBI Director Kash Patel screaming at politicians on Capitol Hill, or former DOJ boss Pam Bondi going off. All of that is, to me, at this particular moment in time, irrelevant. Because I'm not going to sit up there and blame them for the actions of some really sick individuals that's willing to do harm and, dare I say, attempt to kill people because they don't like the state of our politics or anything like that. Can it be better? You're damn right. Does it need to get better? You're damn right. But in the same breath, you understand, you're an adult, you're responsible for your own actions. There's a lot that we don't like that's going on in our country. That doesn't mean we're going out trying to kill people. Okay, so I'm not going to sit up there and use this as an opportunity to point a negative finger towards politicians or media members or anything like that. But what I will say is this. I'm sick and tired of us giving lip service to the narrative of dialing down the rhetoric. We need enough of that. Stop talking about it and do it. Stop talking about it and do it. Let's debate policy. Let's talk about what's actually happening in our country from a policy perspective, whether we agree or disagree and why, as opposed to engaging in name calling, speaking about people in incendiary and derogatory fashion, and fomenting and feeding into the hostility and the ire that some sick individuals out there want to exercise and engage in. Let's stop talking about it and start doing it. Because I got news for you. It's important that we do that. We live in the United States of America. Some people would say this is the greatest country in the world. People come from all over the world trying to get to the United States of America because regardless of all of our problems, it's the land of opportunity. And why is it the land of opportunity? Ladies and gentlemen, because we may be a democracy, but we're not married to one form of government. When we don't like it, we can change it every 2 years congressionally. We can change it every 6 years from a Senate perspective. We can change it every 4 years when it comes to the White House. We ain't married to it. Life is cyclical. No matter what problems exist, we always have the potential in a democracy that is such as we have to correct the error of our ways. And so for me, I think it's important that somebody, whether it's in my position or numerous people in the news business, make sure that if we want to sit up there and dictate a narrative for others to emulate and follow, that's the first thing that we say. No matter how hard times are, no matter how bad they may seem, there's always the ability to course correct in a democracy. We're not under a dictatorship. You can sit there and have no king's protest all you want to and point to a president that wants to do X, Y, and Z. But can you get it done without the help of Congress? No. Can you get it done without the help of the Senate? No, you cannot. Congress controls the budget, along with various other things. When we look at the Supreme Court and we're lamenting the fact that there's a 6-3 majority, if you're a liberal and you don't like the 6-3 majority of conservatives on the court and stuff like that, well, guess what? Senate confirmation hearings exist for a reason. Cabinet members within the Trump administration, or any administration for that matter, have to be confirmed. We live in a society right now where we're forgetting that it doesn't matter who the president is if we have people on Capitol Hill in both houses of Congress, along with officials that work for the administration, under the stewardship of the administration, or are extended beyond that. We have the power to change. We have the power to refute. We have the power to form a level of resistance that makes us say, okay, no matter how bad things seem to be, it can be corrected. It shouldn't escape us as we sit here in these times and we're worried about everything from narratives and verbiage and all of this other stuff. A shooting nearly took place Saturday night at the same place it took place over 40 years ago when Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States. So guess what? Was it as crazy back then as it is now? Some would say hell no. But it happened, didn't it? Because we always have folks out here who are a bit loose and a bit dogged and dogmatic in their approach because their way is what they see. And if it doesn't go down like that, the world must be coming to an end. Well, damn it, that ain't most of us.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We wanted to get Stephen A's point of view. One reason why, because he was actually in the building. Two, he cut from a different skin tone. Three,
topic of conversation.
The fact that he was even in the building and went through that and seen that for himself. A lot of people can say, oh no, I don't believe it was a real thing. Oh no, I don't believe this. Let me tell you something. The only real that about that was the experience of being in the room when hearing gunshots ring out and you don't know which way to run. That's what's real about it. That you can't take that away. You can't stage that. Because if anybody's in a situation where you just hear gunshots and all of a sudden you don't know which way to go, that's the difference. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's get another point of view. Because what I've learned is just, it ain't about one, it's about another. Let's go.
Was this fake? That is the question being asked tonight. And you know what? Rightfully so. Has there ever been a bigger liar, a bigger fraud, who has used and abused power in the worst ways possible to benefit himself than Donald Trump? Is this fake? Was it a stunt? These aren't conspiratorial questions. These are real questions, unfortunately, in Donald Trump's America. And if you don't know what I'm asking about, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Shots were fired into a crowd of, yes, high-ranking cabinet officials, Trump administration officials, the president, the vice president, the first lady. But it was first and foremost an event for journalists. It was for journalists. And that is where my head went first. Not, oh, is dear leader okay? But was this targeted at journalists, the very people that Donald Trump calls dogs, animals, enemies of the state? And if that wasn't the case, I didn't even go next to Trump or Vance or RFK Jr. or fucking Pete Hegseth or Marco Rubio. I don't know. My next thought, as I think it was for a lot of y'all, is it a possibility that this was staged? Donald has any excuse. And they tried and failed with Charlie Kirk. And by the way, Erica crying, leaving. Are you fucking serious? I don't even need to play the clip for y'all. But there was a clip that was posted of Erica Kirk leaving this event in tears saying, I just want to go home. And a lot of people are going to say, you're being insensitive. She was a widow. I was insensitive the day that Charlie Kirk got killed because you know what, Erica? If you actually cared about gun violence, if you really just wanted to go home, and if this was so traumatizing for you, why the fuck have you not said one single word about actual gun violence? Not about Republicans, not about MAGA, not about the people who write Turning Point checks, but regular Americans who are killed every day. Why have you not said a word? Why was there nothing done about gun violence? And I'm not trying to say everything's fake, everything's a fraud, but the fact that we have to ask these questions because the president of the United States sure would love right now an opportunity to have to get everyone behind him again. A couple days ago, when we covered this on the show, Marjorie Taylor Greene asked the question, was the Butler shooting fake? Was it a fraud? She said, I'm not saying it was, but there are a lot of questions that need to be answered about Secret Service coverage, about how a person was able to get on the premises. How was there no metal detector at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? The entire Trump administration was there, no metal detector? Not one? Not a one? Zero? For this entire event with the most powerful people in our government? It seems a little sketchy, seems a little fishy. Why was that happening? These are questions that we have to ask. instead of spending the night, which the Washington press corps will, saying, oh, Donald Trump, oh, poor dear leader. And JD, how scared they must have been. This is a sad night in America. This is an expected night in America. For the man who calls journalists enemies of the state, it calls them dogs. And again, people are going to clip this. And I said this in my first video. People are going to clip. People are going to spin. They're going to say, what a terrible lib. What a horrible guy. He's not thinking about dear leader. But Donald Trump doesn't think about actual gun violence until he's face to face with them. And then he used it as an excuse to put some fucking fake pillow on his ear, an ear that doesn't look too hurt, by the way, and say that it was all about him. They're going to hold another dinner, he already announced. And what's that dinner going to be about? Very conveniently, not the press. The dinner that was supposed to be about the press got shut down. How convenient for Donald. They were going to be awarding Epstein reporting tonight. Epstein reporting. Caitlin Collins was getting awards. And they shut that down? Really? And now the next one is going to be about, how big, brave, and tough Donald Trump was. So strong. And he got out of there. He fell on his big fucking fat ass, by the way, trying to get out. So yeah, I'm not going to claim, I'm not going to I'm not going to state emphatically that we know for sure that this was fake, but the fucking fact that we're asking these questions. And if you think it was, which I'm kind of, I don't know at this point, and all the reporting seems very weird. I might be, I don't even know. It's not even about that though anymore. It's about the fact that we ask these questions, that we see violence every day that it's become so commonplace because of a failure to act from our government, that instead of just going, fuck, this is a thing that never happens, I can't believe this, we say, this is a thing that always happens. Mike Johnson offers up some fake thoughts and prayers. Erica Kirk says it's not Donald Trump's fault that there's political violence in this country. She moves on. She starts the grift. She does the fake tears. And we have to ask these questions because obviously, Donald Trump, what does he want? He wants this to be about him. He wants it all to be about him. And I'm going to say real quick, yes, I'm going to touch because I was going to go out to events tonight, but I'd rather yell. I'm with a friend of mine, his son. I can't see him. That's okay. He doesn't want to get involved in my rantings and my conspiracies, maybe. But yeah, I just have to say this. It has to be said. If you think tonight, and your first gut check reaction seemed kind of fake, seemed a little suspicious. And of course, we'll get more reporting, but that is so valid. I want to validate questioning everything this government does. The award that was going to journalism tonight was about the cover-up of the Epstein files. Are we not right to question everything that happens in our government? Shouldn't we at this point? Isn't that the patriotic thing to do? Which is why, and I'm already seeing it, because I watched a little bit of CNN, and it was, this is just a sad day for our country. This is an expected day for our country. The sad days in our country are when mass shootings happen and no one talks about them. The sad days in our country, I hate to say this, are not the days that the President of the United States is involved. Someone's going to clip, I keep saying someone's going to clip that. I'm too paranoid. But those aren't the sad days. The sad days are when hundreds of people get killed by gun violence, but because it wasn't at the same place at the same time, and because the stories don't, excite the feelings of the mainstream press, nobody talks about it. Those are the sad days in America. Those are the really sad days in America.
Okay, shout out to Jack. We appreciate Jack point of view of things and how serious he is on that. Let's keep going. Hit that like button,
very damning and peculiar admissions are surfacing from the Trump regime about the alleged shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. First, that the alleged shooter, Tomas Allen, supposed to be a 31-year-old from California who got an engineering degree from Caltech. Apparently, he was nowhere near Donald Trump when the shooting occurred. He still basically remained outside of the security perimeter, but everybody was acting like he got very close. It should also be noted that there was no...
Hold up, man. Hold up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Shout out to the Midas Touch Network. See, that's why I rock with family. This dude always sound like this. I don't care what's going on. If you ever heard the Midas Touch Network, press 1 right now. Press 1 in the comment box right now if you ever heard of them. And while you're doing it, double tap that screen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. You understand? Subscribe, fam. It's easy work. Let them know, Lord. Let them know a love within. That's how they come. Now listen, the biggest thing is this brother right here, they always get to the bottom. Because they always know something we don't know, and they always hear something we don't hear, but for some reason, they always see something we ain't seen. So you all of a sudden get this guy with no problem acting like he understands the situation because of what he's doing. And now it makes things really look difficult, or it makes things really look bad. And now you get things like that because now you're talking about this brother is talking about the man that they claim they about to end this man's life. This man is an innocent teacher. And now they saying that this brother was the shooter of the situation going on in the White House. Keep listening.
Designated survivor in the room where the White House Correspondents' Dinner was taking place. That's a pretty odd thing, and it goes against all protocol. Also, it was pretty odd that the Secret Service went to protect J.D. Vance first instead of Donald Trump. I think most significantly, the Trump regime and all of its sycophants have made this instantly about Donald Trump's golden ballroom, and in unison, now it's like 50 to 60 of the top MAGA influencers and the top people in the Trump regime with a unified voice, all basically posting the same message. This is why we need a golden ballroom. This is why we need a golden ballroom. Donald Trump made a post this morning also saying, this is why I need a golden ballroom. And now MAGA Republicans are saying, you know what? Really, the taxpayers are the ones who need to pay for the golden ballroom. In the next Department of Homeland Security funding bill, the taxpayers should be paying for this golden ballroom because of this incident. There's a lot of other red flags that I want to go through with you one by one, but let's not forget that Donald Trump's approval heading into this White House Correspondents' Dinner was the lowest in presidential history, right? His approval was 33% based on the latest AP North poll. On the economy, it was 30%. That's worse than Nixon at the time of Nixon's resignation. Also, let's not forget what happened yesterday as well, where there was supposed to be, if you believe the Trump regime's version of events, a meeting in Pakistan with the Iranian delegation, with Foreign Minister Araghchi and others from Iran, even though the Iranian delegation had always said they're not meeting with the Trump regime. Donald Trump used the same media that was in the room at this White House Correspondents' Dinner to spread lies to the American people and manipulate the markets. On Friday, that this meeting was going to take place. When the Iranian foreign minister left, Trump regime had to come up with their next lie, and they said, oh, well, you know, the Iranians sent us the document. We just didn't like the document, so we didn't want to waste our time. So that's the events that we're heading into this White House Correspondents' Dinner. And then, you know, the alleged incident takes place. And I mean, just look at the conduct and behavior of the Trump regime officials as we posted on the Midas Touch account. They were all smiles. I mean, they looked like they were having the time of their life after this alleged shooting. I mean, look at them. Like, they're literally partying with the media. Like, this should be a very serious and solemn incident if you actually think about historical events where shootings happened, right? But they're like high-fiving each other. They're laughing. They're jolly. He holds a press conference last night, 30 minutes after the incident, to demand a golden ballroom and then to say, well, this isn't going to impact the fact that we're still going to win the war in Iran. I mean, no matter what you believe or don't believe about the incident, what is an undisputed fact is he immediately turned it into a propaganda and political moment using sycophantic media that props him up in order to spread more propaganda to the American people. That's clear. Here are more photos of them all smiling. Look at Todd Blanche, J.D. Vance. They think this is the funniest thing ever. Here is Hegseth laughing. Alina Habba, after the incident, posted the following: 10 out of 10, slayed on the look. She said she's slayed. She thinks that she looks so good in her dress. She wants everybody to know after the shooting that she slayed on the look. Then you had Chip Roy, MAGA Republican Congress member, say, any consideration of DHS reconciliation instructions this week and beyond should provide for the construction of a secure ballroom on White House grounds, in addition to other concerns being addressed regarding ICE, CBP, Save America, transgender and abortion funding, Recon 3, and more. In other words, now they're not just going to use the shooting the purported shooting, in order to try to build a golden ballroom, but they're also going to use it to attack the transgender communities and marginalized communities and try to prevent people from voting in a safe way now. I mean, that's where they're going with all of this. Then Donald Trump.
Okay, shout out to the Midas Touch Network. See, we hit that like, hold up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's a lot going on in there, but ain't nobody double tapping that screen. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's the reason we're here to save your life. It's the reason you get a chance to become a member. Become a sponsor today. Shout out Chris in the building. Shout out Lori in the building. Love Within in the building. Shout out to everybody that pulled up in the building. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Put it on all. They try to put me down, but they can't hold me. You understand? We hurt. This is how we coming. Now listen to me now. It's a shame that how easily, Lori, they can speak about
all the billionaires.
Because I want to come up, because I want to say this the right way. It's a shame how they can talk about the fraudulence of the White House so openly like this. It's a shame how they can speak about things being staged so openly like this. It is so much of a reason to be able to even talk like this. And I'm giving you all these different point of views because I wanted you to see how this person feels, how this person feels. See, Stephen A. Smith said he was there. Okay, so anybody that was there, think about this. If you and me up in there right now, hey, what's up? If you and me up in there, you hear me, Lori? If you and me up in there, Lori, Love Within, Chris, feel me right now. If we up in there, right? We up in there, we eating, everybody sitting down like, oh yeah, boy, you know, this right here, fire. You hear me? You get you some of that roast. They got that roast with that salad. Did you get you some of that salad? Get that salad, boy. They got that juice up there. And they got some wine that I ain't never tasted in my life. You only gonna taste it at the White House. And we just sitting there eating, yeah. I'm like, yeah, let me taste some of that, fam. What you got? I'm over like, this fire, yeah, what you got going? All of a sudden you heard, pop, 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 hold up. Now, naturally, if you ain't from where we from, you gonna duck, think, and look. You ain't finna really do nothing. It's so funny. Let's go back, because I need y'all to see why this don't make no sense. But why we know it make all the sense. Let's make it make more than what they thought it ain't. Because look at this. Look at this. Now just look at this. Now look at this. They sitting there chilling. Everybody gathering, chilling. Everybody like, hey, Randall, how's it going, Jimmy? How you been, Bill? I've been good. What about those elections this year? Yeah, we waiting. There we go. Now everybody looking. Ain't nowhere to run, but look where they going. Everybody just getting up and getting down. Everybody getting up and getting down. Ain't nobody running nowhere. Ain't nobody thinking too nothing. You can't do nothing but get up and get down. Now, in the same sense, fam, the point I'm trying to make is, it makes sense that you will naturally be scared to hear gunshots in a gathering like this. That's a natural thing, okay? So it's hard to say it's not staged because he's saying he was there. That's Stephen A. Smith. He said he was there. He felt how it felt to be in that type of setting with all of those world leaders. And the reason why he felt that is because they feel protected, because at the end of the day, they're going to protect the world leaders before they protect you and me. Woo! Hello. Let me say that again for the people in the back still rolling up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. They going to protect the world leaders before they protect you and me if we was there. So let's get that straight right now. Now, in the same sense, why did they go after J.D. Vance first and then went after Trump? No, I want to know why. Type it in the comments right now. Type it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Why would they go for J.D. Vance first and then Trump? Now I'm gonna give you my take on that real quick. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. I want to know, why would they go for the vice president first and not the president of the United States? Okay, your time up. Now listen, this is what I think. I believe that he's the future. And there's no reason why they wouldn't protect that man in that setting, because in my mind, I believe J.D. Vance, what I tell y'all, go back to that episode. I told you there is a way for J.D. Vance to become president or for Trump to run for another term. You understand what I'm saying here? You better feel me, fam. There's a way, and the way that it is for him to go up again like that, okay? J.D. Vance can become president and step down. J.D. Vance can become president, make Donald Trump his vice president, and then he can step down out of his position and Trump can become president once again. That is a legal thing that can happen. Let me say that again because somebody looked confused. Somebody lost me. I lost somebody. I feel like I did. Follow me. What I said is, again, the plan that can be done is for Trump to run another term. Because listen to me. Trump is causing too much chaos, too much orchestrated problems for somebody to just come in and undo it all. That's not happening. So I don't know what earth you living on to think that somebody's just going to come in and save the day like that. No, it's not happening. Plus, I heard that Kamala Harris is trying to run again. We all know who Kamala Harris is, okay? Now, follow me. Because of everything he's doing and everything he's putting in place so deeply, he has to run for another term. And the only way to do it is J.D. Vance has to become president. Make Trump vice president. J.D. Vance steps down. Trump steps in position. He's president once again. J.D. Vance is vice president once again. Now, he can step down due to so many reasons. But they don't have to disclose it to the American people. Now, another point that I want to make. This was a journalist dinner. This was not a dinner that it used to be for back then for presidents and leaders. This was a journalist dinner. And the same people that's been there that he been calling stupid and whatever, you would think that he want them dead. Let me take that back. You would think he want them unalive. Let me say it right. Follow me. Hit that like button, double tap that screen window. You're going to see this brother hurt. Make it make sense, please.
Topic of conversation. The fact that even during...
Because it's no, and to be honest with you, in my head and in my mind, I believe it was staged as well. Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
Now, after watching a bunch of content related to this Donald Trump assassination attempt, I can almost confidently say that this entire situation was completely staged, bro. I'm going to be honest, y'all. And there were three main things that really stuck out to me as I've been watching all of the footage that has been released. Yesterday, we reacted to the actual live footage during the dinner. And now I'm coming across more and more evidence that has been sticking out to me as to why I believe this entire thing could have been completely staged. Number one is the most apparent. The fact that this man was even able to run through what is supposed to be the highest level of security, the Secret Service, highly trained agents, police force, checkpoints, all of these things that were put in place to supposedly protect the president, he was able to simply just run through it. Now, I want to make mention of one specific detail as we watch this video, but check this out. Notice the flash coming from this officer's weapon, all right? He literally just runs straight through security, makes it past, ends up in the lobby of the building, something that shouldn't have been able to be done. Let's just be completely honest. I find it kind of crazy that in a highly controlled, highly secure environment, the only person that got shot was someone who was supposed to be protecting the president, almost making it seem like they're trying to paint a narrative of, oh, someone was injured in battle and he did it protecting our country against this. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to paint a narrative. That's number one. Number two of what I noticed, and this is probably the most crucial piece of evidence that I came across recently, but check out this wide angle of this entire Correspondents Association dinner.
Just
right?
look at the table.
And pay attention. There's a complete panic going on. Everyone at the table is getting down except for this one guy in the corner. I want you to really pay attention to him during this entire video. This man is as cozy as a buttercup in this situation. Mind you, gunshots going off, security running in, everybody's jumping to the floor, and he just pulls out his phone and starts recording. Literally just pulls out his phone and starts recording.
Woo! now see, this the ignorance we talking about right here. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's make it make sense. We reading between the lines. If that man is, see, and I used to always, and let's be real, ooh, this right here, boy, this made me so hot. Because I used to always wonder, how do people get the footage of these events that be happening? Real quick, Kobe Bryant, him and his daughter, RIP. How did they get the footage of that plane coming down? But this right here explains it, what I be talking about. There's always somebody, somewhere doing something, recording something. If it ain't right, and they got it right there. That man is recording on the corner of the table, watching them do this thing, and clearly he is not in danger. He don't feel danger. I bet, see, this the stuff I don't think that either we stupid, and this is literally in our face, for us to see it, for us to talk about it, or they really think that us as content creators are not going to break down everything that Trump is doing at this point in his life. Somebody tell me in the comments, do y'all think they really think are we really stupid? Like they really think it don't matter no more? Like, do you, for real? Let me know, fam. Do you believe, in the comments right now, do you believe that they really believe that they can just do this right in our face and we see it and we just got to live with it? Shout out to Tay Short in the building said yes. Shout out to Lil with this says yes. See what I'm saying? This is, see, when we start accepting it, see Chris say yes. We start to accept these things, family, because they are literally playing with us in our face. Oh my God, I gotta rewind this just real quick, just to see how fast he just whipped his phone.
The one guy in the corner. I want you to really pay attention. Look at this. This man is as cozy.
Here goes some gunshots. He pull out his phone. Somebody get up and start moving. Everybody jump down. Security running somebody in the back, and he's still sitting there with his phone out. Everybody from the table is gone.
Upright.
What?
This is the one clip. This man right here is responsible for that clip that was sent over to mass media stations that ended up viral. This was like the first clip going viral all over social media of J.D. Vance getting taken, Donald Trump getting brought down to the ground by the secret agents. It's this guy, and he's chilling. Number 3 is when I came across a picture of Donald Trump in the back, literally in like standing behind curtains, just chilling. In a situation like this, I'm assuming that they're going to try to get the president out of danger as quickly as possible. Life-threatening danger. And he's literally just chilling in the back watching the entire show. Genuinely what it seems like. Now, I ended up coming across a bunch of videos on TikTok and social media. And this woman right here does a phenomenal job of breaking down the back end, like the why, as to why they would even try to fake something like this as a publicity stunt, a social stunt, a psyop. I don't even know. But she does a phenomenal job of breaking this down. So check this out, yeah.
Last week, I told you guys that all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, their first all instantly to the ballroom. These what of this happening? We are to stipulate.
What? See, this is what I be talking about, fam. When they start making it make sense, they start trying to get with me, but you can't hold me. Let's go out. Let's go back in, because they trying to stop life.
Topic of conversation. The fact that even during the press conference that it happened,
we can't have it. They trying to jank up a real G. Hit that like button, double tap that screen if you with me. Become a member today. It's easy, fam. That's all you got to do. Just become a member and just stay there with it. Just stay there with it. Let's go.
Breaking down the back end, like the why, as to why they would even try to fake something like this as a publicity stunt, a social stunt, a psyop. I don't even know. But she does a phenomenal job of breaking this down. So check this out, guys.
Last week, I told you guys all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, their first thought was all independently Trump needs his ballroom. The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable. Okay. I think it's also important to note that one of the main group chats in which they coordinate this messaging is literally called Fight, Fight, Fight after the Ivan Butler. Okay, and this has the official Trump war room, members of the administration, including James Blair, and all your favorite MAGA influencers. And I would log on and show you more of these messages, but I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000. So last week I told you.
So the only reason why I would take what she's saying as credible is because she was at one point a heavy MAGA influencer, someone who supported Trump heavily. And that's the only reason why I'm assuming they're trying to sue her for $75,000 and has access to this group chat. You know what I'm saying? So very, very interesting as to why they would even do it. Obviously, everything has an agenda behind it, right? And the bigger picture of what's really going on is why would they even stage it? Now, I came across this YouTube video by a YouTuber, Jack, all right? Love the name, my guy. But he does a phenomenal job of explaining even the logical side of why this could have been a fake situation and why would they even want to fake this, something like this.
Was this fake? That is the question being asked tonight. And do you know what? Rightfully so. Has there ever been a bigger liar, a bigger fraud, who has used and abused power in the worst ways possible?
Now, real talk, we already heard from Jack, but the point I wanted for you all to hear is this.
With all of us, then Donald Trump posts the following. What happened? This is what Trump posted this morning, 5:46 a.m. What happened last night is exactly the reason that our great military, Secret Service, law enforcement, and for different reasons, every president for the last 50 years has been demanding that a large, safe, and secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House. The event would never have happened with the military top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. While beautiful, it has every highest level security feature there is. Plus, there are no rooms sitting on top for unsecured people to pour in, and is inside the gates of the most secured building in the world, the White House. The ridiculous ballroom lawsuit brought by a woman walking her dog who has absolutely no standing to bring such a suit must be dropped immediately. Nothing should be allowed to interfere with its construction, which is on budget and substantially ahead of schedule. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So now you would also want to hold the White House Correspondents' Dinner inside the White House when the very nature of what the event is supposed to be, it's supposed to show the independence of the press, that you visit them. But now you're using this to build your golden ballroom. And by the way, the press plays right into this, of course, as well. I mean, you'll have, on CNN, Dana Bash, asks Jamie Raskin, who's a guest. So don't you think the rhetoric of the Democrats is just a little too heated right now? Don't you think it's just too heated? You need to tone it down. Jamie Raskin's like, what are you talking about? Donald Trump's covering up child sex trafficking rings. Inflation is surging right now. He's engaged in war crimes in a lawful war. What does any of this have to do with anything? You're alleging that a shooter who got nowhere near the underlying event in the White House Correspondents' Dinner, that this now means golden ballrooms and we could give Donald Trump everything he wants and attack transgender community. What the hell are we even doing here? Here, play this clip of Jamie Raskin.
Yeah, and you have, and as many of your fellow Democrats, have used some heated rhetoric against the president. And do you think twice about that when something like this happens?
What rhetoric do you have in mind?
Well, just talking about some of the fact that he, is terrible for this country and so on and so forth. I understand that that's your democratic right, but overall, do you
I have
a
no
responsibility?
Personal problem with Donald Trump at all. I mean, I talk about the policies of this administration, the authoritarianism like we saw on display in Minneapolis, where 2 of our citizens were gunned down in the streets simply for exercising their First Amendment rights. Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and others who died in custody. I'm talking about policies. I don't personalize it. And I certainly have never called the press the enemy of the people. I think the press are the people's best friend. And that's why it's written right there into the First Amendment. We need the press to be a vigilant watchdog against every level of government, federal, state, local, all of it.
You're not going to get an argument from me on that. Before I let you go,
and then on Meet the Press, you had Donald Trump's acting attorney general, Todd Blanche. When he was asked, what do you think it was safe to have the vice president and the president, defense secretary, treasury secretary, all of these people in the same room? And Blanche was like, the shooter didn't even get close at all. Here, play this clip.
Was it safe to have the president, cabinet officials, members of Congress, the first lady, the vice president, such high-ranking officials all in the same room at the same time?
Yes, of course. We're not going to stop living. We're not going to start doing our jobs. We're not going to stop all the work that we're doing every day. And by the way, and you were there last night as well. Let's not forget that the suspect didn't get very far. He barely broke the perimeter, and by barely I mean by a few feet. And so while this was extraordinarily dangerous and put a lot of lives at risk, and there's no doubt that that's something that we're going to have to learn from over the next couple of weeks, the system worked. We were safe. President Trump was safe. His Secret Service agents have kept him safe. All of us were safe. And so while, yes, it was a very tragic situation, as President Trump said last night, we are not going to stop living. We're not going to stop being out there with the American people. And that's it. If that was his goal, he failed.
And he was stopped. He was able, as you say, to breach that security checkpoint by merely a few feet.
I think that's an important point that at least Jennifer Jacobs points out. The shooting happened, or the alleged shooting happened, on the level above the ballroom where the White House Correspondents Association dinner was. I don't think people hearing about this, or even thus in the room, realize how far away from the president and people in the room this incident was. It was on another floor, up some stairs, and several sets of security away, because the Washington Hilton's hotel and other public spaces were open for other functions. The entire building wasn't secured by the Secret Service, just the specific areas where the White House Correspondents Association dinner was held, law enforcement officials have been saying. And so this is who they're saying the guy was who did it. This is who they're alleging. A guy by the name of Tomas Allen, California computer scientist, 31 years old. He went to Caltech, mechanical engineer, former student researcher at NASA's Elite Jet Propulsion Laboratory, computer scientist with advanced master's degree. At Caltech, he built offensive and defensive robotic systems, physics-based simulations. He graduated in 2017. This is what Asra Namani is reporting.
Hold on, so this man, hit that like button, double tap that screen. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You here with no filter. Let me tell you something. So this man telling me, this computer tech genius slash mega mind slash Darth Vader slash the brainiac, Pinky and the Brain slash a school teacher. He just was like, you know what? I'm just really tired of the world doing what it's doing. I'm tired of Trump. I'm tired of the world. So you know what? I'm just going to take a gun, a big AR, and I'm just going to go to the White House, and I'm going to just shoot it up. And I'm going to deal with it later. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of us have been praying that somebody would sacrifice themselves and put that man somewhere he need be away from us. Let's be real. You ain't heard that from me. But a second grade teacher, is that what they said, second grade teacher? Is that what he said, man? I feel like that's what he said. Second grade teacher? Man said second grade teacher. I think that's what he said. So in my mind, either somebody got mad and said, I'm going to just do this, or they chose who they want again, just like they did with the dude. Remember when he got shot in the fam? They chose somebody for the and then like they just chose somebody for Charlie Kirk. They chose somebody for Kirk. That was the Robinson guy. And the whole YouTube broke him down and said he didn't do it. We got comments from professors, lawyers, regular people, military people, old military, new military, every Terry. So we found out that he didn't do it, and they still tried to put him down. So now they just didn't pick this dude here and just gonna put his life on the line and just throw away his future. Because it is. Now, listen to me real quick. Because you know we gotta learn from it. They want to pass an agenda. And the biggest agenda that they want to do is they want to get the people to shut down the Epstein files. One, they're campaigning that they shut down Epstein files, meaning that they shut down the want, the argument, the Pam Bondi thing about getting her what's that called? You know, when they go back there and they talk to the court people without in front of everybody. You know what I'm talking about? What it called? Oh Lord.
Mediation?
No, you know what they call when you get called to sit in front of the attorney, when you get called to sit in front of them people, but it's private. What is it called with the D word?
Deposition.
Deposition, there we go. So the deposition, the whole situation, they trying to basically say to drop the Epstein files because the president has tried to be assassinated based off the Epstein files.
Some more BS.
Let me say that again for the people in the back. They trying to say because the man is receiving this type of attempts on his life, they trying to make it seem like it got something to do with Epstein. So they're asking that they remove Epstein's situation so they can remove these type of attempts on his life. Is this man not an alien? Because where you from with that? You gotta be. Did we do that episode where DDG, you know that DDG black dude that we be listening to, he was talking about how he's the master of confusion now? Like he supposed to be here doing this. Did we do that? I don't know if we did that. Okay, so it's a video that's talking about how he the master of confusion and everything that he's doing is supposed to be bad, even though it's a way you can do it for good. Meaning like, you know, like the tarot cards. They explaining these tarot cards and everything that he's doing bad, but it can be done good, but he's doing it from the backside being done bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, you did something like that. I remember saying
that's what I'm, okay, so that's what I'm talking about. He is doing that. So that's what I'm saying. If they do that, fam.
You talking about them Illuminati cards, fam?
They got these tarot cards that's just basic tarot cards about, like that one lady, Abrina Abramovich. What's the girl name? The girl, the white lady, the white crazy demonic lady with the forehead on Jay-Z forehead. When they, the Abramovich girl, the lady, yes, she's talking about how he is the prince of confusion. And she knows it because she worships everything they worship. And she's telling you what's going on. So right now, they're using the assassination attempt to try to remove the Epstein files. No more talk about it. No more nothing about it. If you bring it up, you probably get locked up. That's what they're trying to do. And if this happens, that's going to be worse than any scandal. Any Watergate, any Pizzagate, any gate, any. I don't even know what could top that thing. I mean, you could just write in the comments, hit that like button, double tap that screen. We at 38 likes. I need to see about 100. Because what y'all on? Because they been hating on me, and we back like I ain't left. But you finna see how I'm coming in a minute. I just told you, just let it work for a second. Just let it work. They gonna see how I'm coming back, Chris. I'm out. They try to leave me in the dark, boy, but hold up. It's cool. It's cool. We just gonna let that thing, just let it work. What I'm trying to tell you is, if they get rid of Epstein because of this situation, we're gonna have to just go to heaven. We're gonna have to just leave. Because at this point, fam, what else? What can they not do? It's a movie called Orphan Black on Netflix. You ever seen it? Orphan Black. Orphan Black. Write it down. Orphan Black. Write it down. Love within. I know. Orphan Black. Netflix. Listen to me. This is about And I want to say what it's about. If you ever seen Orphan Black, press 1 right now, fam. If you fam, press 1, double tap that screen, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. Easy, fam. Double tap the screen. That shouldn't be hard for you. You just woke up. Your kids are here still. That's easy for you. Have you seen Orphan Black? Shout out to Amanda in the building. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. It's a reason why you heard subscribe right now. It's a reason. Have you seen Orphan Black? Orphan Black is about clones. Okay? Now, the situation with that is they trying to make stories, Theo. I know you can hear me even though you walk away. I know you can hear me. They trying to make stories about clones look, trying to make us desensitize us, and they trying to make us get okay with it, okay? If you watch Orphan Black, you're almost going to think that it's okay to be seeing clones like that. And then one thing I want to know is this. How the hell you got that many of you all that look alike all in one screen at one time? Listen to me right now, Theo. I think they're using real clones in the Orphan Black on Netflix. Allegedly. I believe they're using real Selena Gomez. You know they do exist now, okay? We believe that. We all believe that, right? Are we all in agreement? We all believe that. We believe clones are real. We have them. They exist. They are among us right now, okay? Cool. I believe in Orphan Black, and I want y'all to check it out on Netflix. Y'all got it. Orphan Black. It start off retarded. It's right on the money. Once you come in, it's gonna get you right there. It's gonna keep you too. I believe they're using real clones. And just like that dude said, they're using a genetic something. I believe that the dude that came into the dude that came and did the shooting, I believe he was under MK.
Yeah, because that so-called statement that he wrote, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
You better hear me today. You better hear me today. You better hear me today. You better hear what I said. Did you hear me? Look at me when I said it. Hear me? You better know. Did you? I believe if we start doing this, we know what it means, don't you? Just point to who owned it and do this. You hear me? If you know he owned it, just point to him. I don't care where you're at your job, whoever he is. If he under MK, just look at him. Because ain't no way. Ain't no more, bruh. Because if you say, bruh, they going to think we tripping, but just. That boy on it. And just fade to black a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. That finger, that real strong thin. Make sure it's strong too. Hold it like you about to cramp your finger. Bend it back. That ain't no regular. That's a regular. This is what I'm talking about right here. You hear me? I'm talking about that. Yeah. You better hear me in here. Hit that like button. We real with it. Listen to me. If MK just walked into that White House and did that, if M just walked in there and did that, okay, that means that robot from the other day, you remember the robot that walked out? Did y'all see that? The robot that walked out with him? I think they housing them in the basement. So they doing something. I got evidence. I got evidence. Boy, you know when I pull out this right here, you see me pull out this. Evidence, boy. Fam, they housing them, Theo. I'm telling you, hear me now. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. They housing them. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Huh? Containers. That's what. In the what's them called? Them what kind of containers is them? Like trailers. What ain't them like them truck trailers? You talking about them trailers? Yeah, them shipping containers. Shipping containers. There we go. The shipping and they sitting off everywhere. Yeah. And we don't even know what's in fam in them. You feel me? They could just press a button, activate. Didn't they like press a button, everybody turned red? They just activated everybody. It was over. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You learning something right now. It ain't just for me. You heard the pound. Let's get right. Let's get real. Let's go.
Here's just a
Lord.
quick clip of him when he was in Caltech that has surfaced recently. Here, play this clip right here.
College student Cole Allen developed a prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Recent aging into the future.
Glory, is that who they chose, Theo? This boy medicated cotton. That's who they chose. Did you see what he said? Look at this man talk. This boy don't look like he even killed the bug. What?
Here, play this clip right here.
College student Cole Allen developed a prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes.
Look at this boy face from the side.
Don't make no sense.
That boy ain't did nothing to nobody. He don't even know what's negative is. Look at what? See, let me tell you something about vengeance. Because if Trump is choosing people and just throwing their life away, you hear me? These are innocent bystanders just getting their life thrown away. And they choosing these people. One day today, you a school teacher. Tomorrow, you gone for the rest of your life. This is very serious. He's picking and choosing. And now this man, I just can't fathom he doing this. Unless he was just fed up and said, I don't even. And you know what's funny? I was playing earlier, that voice I was using. But don't he look like the voice I was using? I'm sorry. I try to be real with you, but I said, oh my God, I'm going to just throw everything away. I'm tired of what's going on, and I'm going to just get at him. He looked like that.
Listen to him talk.
Let's do it.
Tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Recent Aging into the Future conference held by St. Barnabas Senior Services and the Eisner Foundation offered a test run on products that have the potential to enrich the lives of seniors.
I'll also show you how CNN's trying to frame this. This is how Brian Stelter is trying to frame this, that Donald Trump just called for unity. This was all about unity, everybody. Here, let's play this clip right here.
A couple minutes before this happened, I was with House Speaker Mike Johnson. I shook Johnson's hand. I was talking to him. And then I was walking across the ballroom, Victor, kind of taking the long way toward the CNN tables because I wanted to see some of my friends and some of my sources. And so I ended up on the ground next to a executive from Comcast, some people from NBC. And in that moment, there was a lot of unity. And I'm thankful that
This man said, I wanted to see some of my friends and my guests. If somebody coming to the White House to shoot and get at this man, they going down. We gonna see bodies drop, somebody getting hit. There's no way this is happening. Real life, if you even seen how the security went after Trump, it was like they was trying to figure out, should he go first or should I come? Hold on, who he shoot, okay, where we at? Is he over here? Huh?
They took Vance out first and then Trump.
That's what I'm saying. This don't look like nothing real. They're saying they coming to take the world leader of the United States of America. What? Let's go. Hold on. No.
Talked about that unity last night and did not try to heighten the tensions or escalate the situation. He could have very easily gone out there and bashed the press last night and blamed the media for attracting this suspect to the ballroom. But instead, he basically said, we're all in this together. And that's certainly true. And that's how it feels this morning as well.
More from MAGA right here, one of their top influencers, this guy, Scott Pressler, who's their main voter outreach guy. He posted the following: Dear Leader Thune and our Republican Senate majority, since Democrats are literally trying to assassinate President Trump, can you come back to Washington, D.C. and pass the Save America Act before Democrats have the opportunity to win back power? Thank you. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, MAGA activists and influencers seizing on the incident in a lobby that was actually not close to the ballroom for unrelated pieces of legislation. Then you had other MAGA influencers saying the Secret Service agent shot had been working without pay for over a month, alleging a Secret Service agent was shot in a bulletproof vest, and the Secret Service have been working without pay. Secret Service agents have indeed been receiving pay during the ongoing DHS shutdown, which is really just impacting ICE. funded through other means like the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. What? The department remains unfunded, but agents are being paid. The Secret Service are being paid. This was a lie that MAGA tried to push out. And there was this other part of the incident where you had Dan Scavino trying and failing to start the, by the way, there's no one closer to the regime than Dan Scavino. I mean, he's as close as you get. And as soon as this bizarre incident happened, again, not close to where the ballroom was, he wanted to start a USA chant. So it was like, USA, USA. And then nobody else was doing the chant. Here, play this clip.
Okay, now the good part about what I'm looking at here is knowing that what Fam just said about us being the riot gear.
All right, there was a shooting.
Okay, now this really makes no sense because them wearing riot gear, the Secret Service wearing riot gear, that's a first to her. Because that was definitely a stage. You can't stay. Only way you can stage this is by staging it. If you already prepared before it happens. Why does Secret Service have on riot gear, Chris? You out your damn mind. That makes no sense, fam. Secret Service having on riot gear. That's not even, huh?
They already had it on. They were prepared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That don't even make sense at all.
They knew it was coming, man.
Yeah, that's what yeah. And now that we seeing that, I think that's what I was trying to really bring that to an understanding because that riot gear don't make sense.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. I have an awesome show lined up for you. It is a juicy show. It is a spicy show. You don't want to miss this one. So in just a second, we're going to talk about it. Was the White House Correspondents' Dinner attempted shooting a false flag? Everybody is talking about it on social media. Social media lit up with speculation about this. So we're going to dive into it, and I'm going to give you every single thing I've seen on it. So we'll talk about that in a second. We also have the White House Correspondent. So we have all that and more. You guys know the drill. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon. Support the show on Patreon, y'all, because this is real independent media. You guys know the deal. I've never talked to an advertiser, never done an ad read. You guys support the show from the ground up. I literally couldn't do it without you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You can also sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack and go sub to Corin's World, the YouTube channel, because we do live Kyle and Corin episodes every Monday night. So come hang out with us tonight. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right in. So as you all know, huge event was happening the other day, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, by the way, this was the first time Trump decided to go to it as president. Bizarre, weird, I know. But the first time he decides to go to this thing as president, there is an alleged attempted shooting. Now, first, let me show you the initial video that went viral. What you're going to see here is this is at the beginning of the event. People are beginning to eat and stuff. Trump is, sitting at the front of the room, and you're going to hear some shots ring out, but it's like kind of distant. And then take note of how long it takes for people to react after hearing the shots. Watch this.
They still playing music. Dude pulled his phone out. Look at him. He the only one at the table.
32 seconds until you...
I'm dead. He the only one at the table taking pictures. Everybody else is down. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy like, yeah, I get it, but let me see. Ooh, look at it. Trying to bit up, baby. I see you trying to get up. Look at Luke. Tell Luke, give me some of them tails over there. If you gonna get off the table over there, hand me that juice and them chill. I told you. Ooh, look at everybody just down. What y'all down for? Like, what he doing? Because what he saying, fam? Look at him. I got to run that back. I'm sorry. That's funny. I don't even care. That's
hear the shots, and they grab Trump and pick him up to move him. 32 seconds. Now, people...
I'm sorry. That's funny, fam. And he's still there. Now, just look at everybody else clearing the top board table. He put the phone out right there. He's getting him. He go back to them. Ain't nobody over there but him.
32 seconds until you hear the shots and they grab Trump and pick him up to move him. 32 seconds. Now, people in the audience were reacting, going under tables and whatnot. But before they moved the president, It was 32 seconds. Okay. Very bizarre, very strange. More. So here we have a video of Trump on his way out. He fell right in his fucking face. And the funny thing is he came out and denied this. But like, bro, we literally have it on video. I think they try to like explain it away by saying Melania was crawling out and Trump tried to grab Melania and pull her back up. But no, you're about to see the video here and it looks pretty clear to me. And down. Yeah, he fell.
What? Hold on. Hold up, what? Hold up, man. Hold up. He said what?
Since they got emails, some of them forgot to read it. Now, second 30, you need to duck under the table. You just think you are stupid. No, he walked in there. He forgot it. He forgot about the meeting. That's what some of them forgot. They didn't read that email.
He like, did Jimmy get it? He like, Jimmy didn't get it. And Trump in the back like, well, we see Jimmy didn't get it because he's still there. Well, tell him come on. And he's like, well, tell him come on. And nobody's up in arms. They're just like, well, tell him come on. Like, what? And he's just sitting there cool. Okay, let's go back. This is terrible.
You're about to see the video here.
And it's stupid that it's funny because we're laughing at our government station.
Sad, bro.
We are laughing at our government making a play out of things, staging a play in front of our lives, and we just bug it up like, they're like, this just what? This supposed to be about food stamps, life living, child care, all type of, and we over here talking about staging gun killing, shootings at dinners. What? Double tap that screen for life right now.
This is what I want you to do. You're going to be over here, you're going to be right there. I want you to grab that phone. I want you to continue to eat your salad.
Right. You don't get up. Just stay there because they're gonna look at you when everything go down. And they're going to look at her. Everybody, even old girl. I don't even know who the old girl was that was next to him. Old girl with the dark hair. I'm like, who is she? She's just there. And she didn't react at all. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. This is ridiculous.
And
somebody in the chat, Aang Hoppy, said Hollywood has moved to DC. Indeed.
Oh, shout out to that. Amazing. Hit that like button, fam. You should hit that like button. You should subscribe right now. Hoppy. We got to call you Hoppy. You got a lot going on in your name. Hoppy. Make sure you subscribe right now. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. It matters. We're trying to save your life. This is ridiculous. We got LA and DC. You hear me? We got Trump, #1 actor in the nation, running the United States. And everything is just a movie. Let's go.
Yeah, he fell. Yeah, he fell. He definitely fell there. And by the way, his health is obviously failing him. Between him falling here when they're trying to move him out, not even like super fast, just like at a slightly sped up pace, falls on his face. But also, you'll see this event they did, this speech he gave after this. He looks like death. I mean, his eyes are 90% closed. He can barely get through a sentence. It's hard to watch. Okay, Washington Post says, breaking news. The Trump administration provided a lower level of security for the White House Correspondents' Dinner than it has for other gatherings of high-ranking officials, according to officials familiar with the plan. So, understand something. In the room, we had like the top 5 people in the line of presidential succession, right? Maybe even the top 6. I forget exactly, but like the whole cabinet was there. Wow. And they had, let me repeat it, a lower level of security than it had for other gatherings of high-ranking officials. So if everybody in that room was taken out, you know who would have became president? 92-year-old Chuck Grassley, who doesn't know where he is and doesn't know how to write English. I wish I was kidding. I'm not kidding. So just a thought there, but insane that you have this high level of a gathering And it's just such a mess and so low-level security that something like this could happen. Okay, more. This is the same hotel outside of which John Hinckley Jr. tried to assassinate President Ronald Reagan in 1981. That is a bizarre fact right there. Okay, this was kind of blew my mind, but there's this guy on Twitter by the name of Chili Dog, and he said, note the date here, April 13th. He said, Trump is going to go for a staged assassination attempt again. Blame it on Iran. I will put a 25% chance on this play. Trump has lost all global respect, such that he had. Allies and enemies alike are laughing at him. So as I pointed out, he said this 12 days before the alleged attempted shooting. That's when this guy said
What?
That is absolutely bonkers. Okay.
Oh, did we hear that? That is amazingly crazy. That man predicted that Trump was going to do something stupid. And he did it. So what's that about? Is that demonic? Is that numbers? Is that geometry? Whatever you want to call it? That man said he knew what it was and he knew how it came, and then they did it at the same place that it was already done before. See, this that stuff they always doing, fam, and we know by now. Some more ritualistic meaning, something. You feel me? Because for you to do that when the other president already did, I mean, it's like something that's something, like an anniversary or something. This is dumb. Let's go.
So here we have Wolf Blitzer, who got like a front row seat to all this. He got up to go to the bathroom, and then when he was leaving the bathroom, all this mayhem unfolded. So he's going to tell you what he saw. Listen to this.
After they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there. But it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area. And all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where I was safe. And there were about 15 other men who are stuck in there and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out, and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, the guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon, he starts shooting. And I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And of course, the first thing that went through my mind was he trying to shoot me. And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
So one of the stories here is that the guy Cole Allen, who allegedly did the shooting, right, that he was staying in the hotel, he ran down 10 flights of stairs and exited on the same level that the ballroom was where they were having the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and that's when there were shots fired. Now, he didn't fire the shots. It was Secret Service that fired the shots, but none of them hit him, and they ended up just being able to arrest him somehow. Again, I don't know how that all happened, but that's allegedly how it all unfolded. That's one story. The other story is he reportedly didn't even get to the same floor as the ballroom where they were having the White House Correspondents' Dinner, that they were able to apprehend him before he even got to the proper floor. So I've seen contradictory stories here. One saying he ran down 10 flights of stairs and got to the proper level. Another one that he didn't get to the proper level. But either way, the shots that were heard were not fired from him. They were fired from Secret Service, and somehow they didn't hit him, but they ended up being able to arrest the guy. Okay, this is what we've seen to this point. So kind of weird that you still have contradictory stories when, you know, there was enough people there where this should not be that hard to determine exactly what went down. Okay, so this is kind of crazy, but I'm going to show you, this is a zoomed in version of what we just watched at the beginning here, where apparently some guy is doing like fucking party tricks or magic tricks for Melania Trump and Donald Trump here. This is the guy standing above them and holding something. So let me just play a little bit of this for you so you can see real quick. But he's doing some sort of trick. He's showing, you know, a card that has something written on it. Okay, here's a crazy fact. Ready? The person showing Trump and Melania a magic trick when the attempted assassin was shot is the same guy, Oz Perlman, who hauntingly guessed Joe Rogan's ATM pin while they were live on air. The latter felt like a veiled threat at the time. Maybe it's nothing, but it's weird. That is kind of weird, okay? Now here is, you can see this, you know, this screenshot here, this picture here. I don't know if Melania's face is reacting like that because the trick blew her mind, which is possible, or if it's because they already heard the gunshots. But the fact that the magician himself is also making a sort of a scared face leads me to believe this is after the shots ring out and Look at Trump's face and look at Melania's face, okay? Trump's face is literally like that meme of James Franco where he looks at the person next to him and they're about to get hanged and he says, first time? Like, Trump's face looks like that. Like he's calm, like he's relaxed, like he's soaking this in. Melania looks terrified. Trump looks perfectly at ease.
Who told you that, Lori? Because who told you that, Lori? Did y'all ever hear that, what Lori talking about? Look what Lori said. Is she tripping? Am I tripping? I know I ain't tripping.
Ain't that something?
What? Oh yeah, please let me know what that video is, cause what? That's crazy. What?
Gotta share that link with us, Lori. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know that, Lori. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. That is out. That is heinous. That is deceit. That is what up? That's diabolical. That
Yeah.
that is beyond. Might is okay. Let us know, Lord. Let's go. What?
That is crazy.
What?
They
really don't care. What?
Like little kids, like.
I see
And the FBI, the Secret Service, police, the National Guard. You can see them like scrambling. Watch this video.
Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Crossfire!
He like what? What?
Bro, somebody go. We got one down. What the? Oh my God. Stay down, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, stay down. Where's that? Inside, not inside.
That was literally like the village people of law enforcement, one after the other, after the other, after the other, running in different directions, chaos seemingly, okay? Here is J.D. Vance getting dragged off stage. And what's interesting is he gets dragged off stage and it's still a little bit before they even grab the president. So yet again, so-called protocol here completely and utterly out the window. Watch this. They grab J.D., drag him. Trump is still sitting there. Trump is still sitting there. Look at this. Look at this. And that's where he falls. And then he goes on later to insist that he definitely, positively, without a doubt, did not fall. Okay. This.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You see how they snatched him? Even if he didn't want to go, boy, you finna get locked up. They grabbed him like, boy, you coming with me. You know what I'm saying? They grabbed him like, boy, you finna do some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you got warrants. Come on. Like, well, we got him, FBI. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, DEA just like, what? Fugitive on the loose. We got him. Get your way. Huh? The way they had that boy. And look, he's stupid. He like, give me the countdown. He just standing there like, give me the countdown. Okay. He just started walking. He didn't even give it no time. He just started.
Make sure they take you out first, JD.
Yeah. They say, let's get JD out first. He's younger. We'll go about the older one. He knows the plan. He got the
You already know the deal.
He know the plan. He know what to do. Let's get rid of him now. Let's do it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You learning how they stage it. And you better learn it right here, no filters. Boy, you better be glad. You better be glad. You better make sure that notification bell on, because you better be glad. Let me tell you something. JD Vance got the power. That boy got everything coming for the future. You hear me? He is. Look at him. The boy eyes, the boy face look like, his face look like the next president. Look at him. If you look at JD Vance, you get what I'm saying? They know how to pick these guys, man. He don't look like he got no problems going on. Smile, just okay, hey. And then he say what he say, give you a hey. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, what we doing? Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. And we're good. Okay, good. And good job. Good to have you. Okay, great. What we're doing? Okay, good. God bless America. That's all he good. You feel me? He sounds smart. Cause look at this. Biden just fell apart. Trump body is deteriorating. He falling apart. They all need every detox it is to come back from life. You hear me? They need everything. Ain't nobody else young. Who else around? Everybody is everybody on that last chapter. You feel me, man? So who they, and then did y'all hear that Queen Elizabeth brother pulled up today? Oh, fam. Y'all ain't hear that? Okay, let me inform you about what's really going on. Trump done went so crazy. Queen Elizabeth ain't never pulled up over here. Her brother, Prince Andrew, they ain't never pulled up on our soil. They just pulled up today. Had a whole meeting and he had a whole speech conference for the world. He wanted to come over there and tell us about the alliance of USA and New England. The United Kingdom is still solid, but he said that Trump is tripping.
Yeah, they trying to take him out then. Yeah, he's going off the reservation, y'all. He's not following the script.
That boy blatantly said Trump tripping, your president. He's like, oh, because he's like, oh yeah, she said thank you so much. So he's like, oh yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, thank you so much for coming. Everyone, thank you, have a seat, yeah, please. Yeah, so just a minute. Me and Mommy was talking and we discussed some things that came about early on as we went about, and we want you to know that we love you and we're here. But yeah, there's some things that are not really there's some things that are not really lining up with us in America. We want to bring back justice. Now y'all know they all in the Epstein files, don't you? I'm talking like all of them. Each and every one of them. Andrew, the other brother that's from another mother, William in there, yeah, all the sons, all the sons. Charles.
Camilla with her horse face.
The way you went back and came like, yeah, William, yeah. She said, yeah, Charles, yeah, everybody on the list. Cause you see what she look like, don't you? Ooh, Lord help her, Jesus. Female camel face. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We all in here. We want to be one. We all agree that Camilla Harris ain't we don't know what she is, but she ain't regular. She's a nasty camel. And she know what she is, though, cause you know what she used to do, don't you? Oh yeah. You know where she come from, don't you now? Don't you love within? You know where she come from, don't you? You know about her past. You know she ain't who she is. You know she ain't, yeah, you know she was. Yeah. She was a go-go girl. She was a go-go girl, yeah. She was flipping and twirling. I heard. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. She was flipping and twirling, Lord. Huh? What did you say, Theo?
1978, you fell in love with a stripper.
Hey. And she in everybody picture too. That's what's sad. Like you took pictures with everybody. You ain't just did him. You everybody. It's like, dang, all right, man, we see you. But she was different. So she used to be that. Then she was like, no, that ain't the money. Let me get into politics. That's the money. And then she started with flipping and twirling in politics. Okay, she started flipping and twirling her way to the top. Okay, flipping and twirling on the way to the top. Finally got up in there and started, you know what I'm saying? And then she got her own office. You feel? Yeah. Then she got her own office, man. Yeah. She got. You feel it? You feel it? Yeah. So she flipping and twirling her way to the top. And that's how she got her office. So, you know, we just want to make sure we clear on Camilla Harris and what was going on because she wasn't right. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We finding out more and more that this was staged. Let's go.
Video is kind of wild because there were multiple examples of different cabinet officials, Stephen Miller, RFK Jr. They end up being dragged out at one point or another.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
His wife is a human shield.
Double tap.
Okay. RFK Jr. is dragged by his Secret Service agents, and his wife Cheryl Hines is like 5 feet behind, trying to keep up desperately. And look, you know, RFK's going,
wait, do I have a wife? I don't even know if I have a wife. I don't know what you're talking about. I was too busy felching with Olivia Nuzzi to give a shit about my wife. Wait, my wife is with me now? Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Watch, you'll see. Watch this. So there's RFK. There's the Secret Service agents. There's Stephen Miller using his wife. Look, Cheryl Hines way behind. Bruh. It's too perfect that in these moments, stuff like this happens. These people are exactly who the fuck you think they are, dog. They are exactly who you think they are. Now, here is one of Trump's top goons, Dan Scavino, I think like one of his social media guys. And he's about to find out that all their goofy, like, fight stuff and USA chants, that only works at fucking Trump rallies with a bunch of sheep around you, okay? Here you have a room full of people going, what the fuck? You're doing fake patriotism shit as there's like a threat to our lives? What the fuck is wrong with you? Watch this. By the way, that's a little too on the nose because, yes, this is something that can only happen in the USA. The country that has a shooting like every other day, a new shooting. USA. Perhaps that's not something to be proud of. I love the person who tried to get a USA chant going, and then it just like tails off, sadly, because we're like, we're not doing that shit right now, okay? This is not a fucking Trump rally, you dipshit. Okay, ready for this? This is kind of crazy. Please tell me this is not the same worthless agent from Butler, Pennsylvania. So here's one picture, a little bit from a distance here, but clearly a Secret Service agent. And then boom, here's this one from Butler. So one more time. Here's one, here's another. Now it's possible it's not the same person because the second one here looks a little like they weigh less, but it's also possible this person just gained a little bit of weight. But either way, kind of bizarre. All right, now here's Dana White, the CEO of the UFC. And he made some eyebrow-raising comments, y'all, that you're about to see right here that made a bunch of people go, All right, watch this.
Inside, they started up. All of a sudden, it just started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
So you were on the aisle. What exactly did you see?
We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Yeah. So what exactly happened? So someone got tackled, or like what?
Nobody got tackled, but guys came in looking for shooters. They came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something.
I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome, he said, about what's supposed to be an alleged attempted assassination of the President of the United States of America, his friend. Okay, here's Erica Kirk. Now, Erica Kirk, for those of you who don't remember, there were so many instances after her husband got murked on live TV. There were so many instances where it's like, I think she's supposed to be emotional, and she definitely isn't, right? Why is she acting this weird? Why is she acting this bizarre? Why'd she do this thing? Why'd she do that thing? Why'd she wear those fucking leather pants? Why's she snuggling up to J.D. Vance? Like, why's she snuggling up to Jesse Waters? So many instances of like, Wow, you're acting pretty strangely here. Well, here she is after this alleged assassination attempt of Trump, which, by the way, according to some stories, the guy didn't even get to the same floor as where they were having the event. Okay?
Right.
Like, they got his ass, right? Here's Eric and Kirk's reaction. Watch the waterworks go. Did she just say, I just want to go home while crying?
Oh, she is the actor. A big
Bitch, you ain't been home since Charlie got killed. Your kids don't even recognize you anymore.
This boy said you ain't been home since Charlie got unalived. Did you hear this?
Right? Here's Eric and Kirk's reaction. Watch the waterworks go. Did she just say, I just want to go home while crying? Bitch, you ain't been home since Charlie got killed. Your kids don't even recognize you anymore. But every time I blink, I see you at a new fucking massive event with the fireworks and the WWE WrestleMania entrance and shit, going to give a speech. Like, I see you all the time running, the fucking TPUSA organization. But you should be home. Get back home. Like, your kids are going, Mommy, where are you? We miss you. Oh my God. Oh my word. I can't with these people, bro. I can't.
Oh
this person says, the most performative woman who ever lived. Yes, I think that's fair to say. Okay, how about this one, y'all? Ready? I'm one of the small number of journalists traveling with the White House press pool tonight. We were in a hall just outside the ballroom when the commotion first rang out. Several things happened in quick succession. Tuxedoed agents pulled out guns and began running toward the ballroom. White-jacketed caterers screamed and bolted for stairwells. Pandemonium reigned as top cabinet officials were evacuated. Robert Kennedy Jr. and his wife Cheryl Hines came out and were ushered into an elevator. Then Janine Pirro emerged. The FBI director, Kash Patel, came tearing across the hallway with two men in tow. His girlfriend was hiding in a room with another man who was holding her hand. Bro got cucked at the White House Correspondents Dinner shooting.
Bruh.
Reporters are about to be taken back into the ballroom. The show will go on, apparently. Now, that last part is not true because the show didn't go on, but all the reports were Trump was demanding that the show go on. Kind of strange, kind of weird that yet another supposed attempt on your life. You're like, anyway, let's go back out there, bro. I'm ready to stand in front of a room of people where we just had a breach. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? But Kash Patel, dude, I know they're about to fire your ass, but you might have to just resign after this. Like, this dude must have a public humiliation kink, right? He's got to have that fetish because it just had day after day after day. Now, this was eye-opening. Carolyn Levitt to Fox News before the White House Correspondents' Dinner event. This is before the event. Listen to her language here. This is crazy.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be lots tonight in a row. Everyone should tune in. It'd be really great. Looking forward to hearing it.
There will be some shots fired tonight.
Oh, she knows.
Do not tell me that's not spooky as hell. Do not tell me that's not spooky as hell. You are a fucking gaslighter and a half. If you listen to this, you go, oh yeah,
And it's hard to hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's hard to say if this black person talk like that or this white person talk like that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's just say what it is. Cause did you not think not to use that word or that verbiage?
They're playing in our faces, bro.
She said it's gonna be so amazing. It's gonna be shots gonna be fired tonight. What? So y'all staged this for real and didn't even
playing in our faces.
This don't even feel like you're telling on yourself. It's like I'm trying to figure out what to call this, Lord. Because this is massive. Oh my God, we're going to have to leave that right there because at the end of the day, what I just figured out from this brother and what we learning from the stuff he putting on here right now is that that's new evidence we didn't know about. I want to keep going about this situation because I'm hearing he keep finding out something new that he even found out. Let me see.
That was, it's normal. It's normal to say something like that in this scenario. Bro, come on, man. We're not done yet either. I have more spooky clips for you in just a little bit, by the way. Okay? Now, after this, when Trump goes and gives his, he gives a little speech afterwards, right? Which, by the way, they cut off the fucking playoff game for this, which was annoying. I was watching the NBA playoffs. They cut it off for Trump to babble about how the Dow's doing great with his eyes 90% shut. Just horrible. And then they dragged on and on and on. They switched the game to ESPN eventually from ABC to ESPN, but they didn't tell anybody. So, you know, by the time I realized it was on ESPN, there was like 5 minutes left in the game. Super annoying. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter were like furious. Like, I don't want to fucking listen to this guy babble. The guy didn't even get to the same floor as him. The guy, nobody laid a finger on him. He's fucking fine. We're on attempt number what, like 6? It's just another day that ends in Y, okay? When you're committing war crime after war crime after war crime, at some point you got to kind of expect, like, I don't know, maybe I am sort of inviting this into my life, right? So Trump and the White House officials were all smiles and appeared in good spirits at the press conference following the White House Correspondents' Dinner incident. So look at this. All of them smiling as Trump delivers his, like, you know, fucking sleepy-eyed stand-up routine over here. He barely knows where he is, but he's trying to babble through it, okay? The only person not smiling is Marco Rubio. Everybody else here is seemingly smiling. All right, here's another one. Smiles all around, baby. Smiles all around. Here's another one. Smiley and giggly. Exactly how I would react if somebody just tried to murder me, okay? Here's the Secretary of War Crimes, Pete Kegsbreath, also smiling. A candid shot here where he's smiling. Very strange. Now, within fucking minutes of this alleged attempted shooting, all of the sycophantic MAGA influencer accounts were out there saying the same goddamn thing, y'all. Look at this. Andrew Colvin, this is why President Trump needs to build the White House ballroom. Libs of TikTok, this is why we need Trump's ballroom. Jack Posobiec, thank God President Trump is building a ballroom at the White House. End wokeness. Now you know why the left is suing to block Trump's privately funded White House ballroom. Wall Street Mav, we need the White House ballroom. Meghan McCain, I don't want to hear one more fucking criticism of Trump's new ballroom at the White House. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. By the way, this isn't even a comprehensive list. More MAGA influencers than this came out and said it. Why? Because they're all in a fucking group chat, okay? So Matt Royer says, Ashley St. Clair, former MAGA person, confirmed. The White House runs group chats telling these accounts what to post. Within minutes of shots fired tonight, before there was any news of casualties, and before the president said this exact talking point, this was the chat in real time. So ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to believe that within minutes of shots being fired, that, it's a perfectly normal and reasonable reaction to immediately use this to try to shoehorn in the issue you care most about, Trump cares most about, which is building that ballroom, that illegal ballroom, by the way, which he got no approval for whatsoever, and it's a massive fucking, pay-to-play corruption scheme with the Epstein class and the billionaires, right? But, like, literally within minutes of that happening, that's weird, bro. That's strange, bro. That's not something a normal person does, okay? All right, more. So, also, very soon after the attempted shooting, Trump posts a picture of the guy. He posts this picture. With that fucking active investigation going on, he posts this picture of the guy on the carpet. This is Cole Allen, the alleged attempted shooter. Okay, let me give you more. Stephen Nelson says, I received a copy of Cole Allen's anti-Trump manifesto, which a U.S. official says he sent his family members about 10 minutes before the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting last night. So we're supposed to believe 10 minutes before, he sprints through security with a shotgun, or tries to do that, okay? That's when he sent his manifesto, okay? By the way, in the manifesto as well, it also says, like, if you're reading this, I'm probably in the hospital right now, or like something to that effect. You're telling me he was trying to go assassinate the president, and he knew somehow, I'm going to survive this, and they're going to take me to the hospital? Guys, again, like, if it was one of these things, or two of these things, or even three of these things, I understand people being like, happening, but some wacky stuff. But as you're going to see here, it's one thing after the next after the next. All right, more. Here we go. Here we have the Secretary of War Crimes, Pete Kegsbreath. Take a good look at his face here, his jaw here as he walks. Look at the jaw. Look, one more time. One more time. Here we go. Look at the jaw. Ready? Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So Hassan said, holy shit, look at his jaw and zoom, okay? Seth Harp, who wrote this great book called The Fort Bragg Cartel, which you should definitely check out. It's about how special ops are basically like all in a criminal gang. It's all a criminal cartel. Seth Harp says, I have been saying for more than a year that everyone at the top of the U.S. war machine is coked to the gills and also geeked up on modafinil, which is another upper, and Dex. But mainstream opinion is still basically unaware of this disturbing reality. So the Secretary has Pete Kegsbreath. Also, along with Kash Patel, right? Also, along with all the videos of him sniffing. Kash Patel sniffing. That's a sign of snorting an upper, ladies and gentlemen. That's a sign. Move your jaw like that. That's a sign of cocaine use or meth use or Adderall use. Honestly, it's probably Adderall when you're jawing aggressively, right? But they are as balls are. This is a group of fucking degenerates and freaks is what it is. All right, more. soon after the attempted shooting, Trump somehow gets the security footage and posts it. Again, in the middle of an active investigation, as Adam Cochran says. So the Secret Service and FBI just happened to release the footage to the president during an active investigation, and he felt the need to post it because. So here's the super grainy footage of what appears to be here, him trying to sprint through security. Watch this. Standing around. Look at this. Look at this Acme ass, Looney Tunes ass shit. No shot. You got all these guys standing around. It's almost like it's the stereotype of like, a fat cop eating a donut, right? Standing there. And then fucking this guy comes sprinting through like Usain Bolt. Look at this. Then they grab the gun, they fire. By the way, again, they take so many shots, none of them hit him, but they still apprehend him somehow, okay? Okay, now the MAGA influencers were also spreading an AI image of this incident, okay? They used AI to try to get him, and as you're about to hear, this is in so many ways. See how this agent is wearing a hat, going to turn to shoot, and he's going to no longer have a hat. I also like how the text on the back of this jacket of this law enforcement official says, E-L-I-D, Eli. Oh, no shot. By the way, this is what they want to take your job too, by the way. They want AI to steal everybody's job, and this is what AI delivers for you. Ready? Watch this. Here we go. So a guy can sprint it through, not even holding a shotgun, by the way. This guy turns, and the hat becomes his normal hair, firing.
Oh,
like, what
wow.
the fuck? What is this?
That boy said the hat became his hair. You know that's how AI activate, don't you? It blend with your situation, then it undo what it do because it's trying to create what is being seen, but it don't really know what to do. So this is AI. You finding out everything right here. Hit that like button. You don't get this nowhere else. And if you get it from him, it sounds like it's just squingy, quingy. The man talking so fast. He's funny with the cussing, don't get me wrong. Because he sounds like my people in them. He's just a different shade. But they using AI, and the first time Trump used AI was when after the Charlie Kirk situation happened, and he addressed the world like it was the State of the Union speech. You hear me? Right. That's how he addressed us after Charlie Kirk passed, like he was really like a figure. So now we're looking at they using AI again. Lord Jesus, I did not expect to hear this at all. And I mean, I really didn't expect to hear this. What?
Then they grab the gun, they fire. By the way, again, they take so many shots, none of them hit him, but they still apprehend him somehow, okay? Okay, now the MAGA influencers were also spreading an AI image of this incident, okay? They used AI to try to juice up the image. And as you're about to see here, this is goofy in so many ways. See how this agent is wearing a hat? He's going to turn to shoot, and he's going to no longer have a hat. I also like how the text on the back of this jacket of this law enforcement official says, E-L-I-D, Eli. Oh, no shot. By the way, this is what they want to take your job too, by the way. They want AI to steal every...
Man got a hat on, then he don't. And I was just talking about how funny. I'm talking about how funny they coming up with stuff like straight playing with us. And we out here like, wow. And now you talking about AI in a real live situation at the White House? What? Man got a hat, ain't no hat, arm come out, ain't no arm no more. Gun there, no hand. What? Looney Tunes. Oh God. I can't believe this. I'm glad I did this. Come on.
Job, and this is what AI delivers for you. Ready? Watch this. Here we go. So a guy comes sprinted through, not even holding a shotgun, by the way. This guy turns and the hat becomes
not even holding a shotgun.
Firing. Like, what the fuck, bro? Okay, yet again, very bizarre. Now notice, here is with Stephen, basically like hiding behind his wife, right? The little Nazi Stephen Miller. Look in the back.
That's sad, fam. That's hey, hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's the reason why you in here making sure your life matters most. Because right now, I'm telling you, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. Because they throwing anything at us right now, fam. So if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for whatever. I didn't even know there was AI. I couldn't even see it all the way clear. I'm just looking at footage that they saying happened there, but I didn't know there was AI. So that tell you right there. If I ain't stand for them, I just would have took that and been like, yup, dude did it. Yup, dude did it. And dude ain't done nothing. Man ain't even make it to the ballroom to shoot nobody. They just heard their gun go off. It wasn't even his gun. It was a security gun. So what did he do?
When I read his so-called statement, I knew that was a fake.
It was
sounded like
it's too. It's like Channel 9, like PBS kid, like a little PBS kid. You hear me? You little PBS kid trying to figure out your reading rainbow. You still watching that shit right there? You feel me, fam? Lamb chop, play along with kid. Yeah, you still watching that shit now? To play along, fun thing. Always rather. Let me tell you something. My brother tried to get in the front of got the TV. Lamb chops on. Name what you want. It's my 30 minutes. I get 30, you get 30, he get 30, my 30. Your 30, right? Who we do? Mama get out, he trying to take the remote. Up out of here for that reading rainbow. Why you gonna watch reading rainbow, dirty? What you want? You know what I'm saying? Lamb chop, boy. We chopping on lamb over here. What you mean? So yeah. He's still watching lamb chops, old as that thing, and we got to go through all this. Man, let me tell you something. We're going to make sure we review, understand, and be aware, because really, to be real with you, this ain't going to stop. Something new going to come out of this tomorrow. I am definitely looking forward to hearing the most retardedness that they keep playing with us about, because to be honest with you, they almost is like, hey, we're just sending you all to hell. But we want to have a good time on the way. We're going to stop for groceries. We're going to stop for candy. We're going to stop for a play. We're going to stop for a movie. All the way. But just so you know where we're going, this is what we're doing on the way. Buckle up. I knew Theo was going to hit it on the ball. As always, fam, you know what it is. Only one way to do it. Only right here with your boy Dealatofficial, my fam. Right here at No Filters. Hey, listen, as always, I truly appreciate you pulling up, man. They try to get rid of me, but they can't do nothing with me. We might fade to black, but we're going to fade right back to the light. You feel me, fam? Truly appreciate each and every one of y'all building and staying along with your boy. It ain't been nothing but a change up, but just a rejuvenation. And in the midst of that, we're going to make sure that we inform, understand, and be aware of what's going on when ducks come in here. Because if you walk like a, talk like a, we're going to make sure we line them up and knock them down. You feel me? As always, I truly appreciate y'all, man, taking your time out to pull up on me, understanding that raffle, one woman, one man. We getting back to it in May. One woman, one man gonna win it. We're gonna tally up, and you know who you are. That's been who you been. To make sure that you get that t-shirt signed by your boy Dealatofficial, sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV, as always in the building. As always, family, I truly appreciate y'all hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. Double tap your screen right quick, man. Because y'all thought I was just finna leave out on that, did you? No, I ain't. Double tap your screen, man. It's 64 right now. I know we at 60, but it's 64. Somebody in that 61 still ain't hit that 64. And I know you didn't, man. I know you did. You just been sitting there eating popcorn, dirty fingers, drinking juice, water, and milk all at once. Little soda. So you don't know, we know. You got everything. Yeah, we know. Funny and it's nasty. Drinking milk with chips. You over there drinking milk with chips. I know what you're doing. But it's okay. Because to each his own. But we ain't going to play on you. We just going to support you. Never forget, when you pull up, get something to eat, something to smoke. And something of that, all of that, if that's what you do, fam. Because you know the title, G. Hey, real quick, too. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. Don't never forget to end. Share this with the world. Some of y'all be coming in just hitting buttons, touching shit, but you never hit the arrow. Share this with the world. You know that matter more than anything you doing. Share this with the world, fam. Some stupid. They need to be a little smarter. Something else you don't know. A lot of people don't know stuff we know. A lot of people don't even know a lot of stuff you know. So you have to share this with the world. Boy, I'm gonna put my blood pressure about sharing some shit.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man.
I'm telling you, boy, I'm about to lock and load on fam for that, but I felt like somebody wasn't listening. You feel me? I didn't get the feedback I needed. Yeah. As always, fam.
Don't do it, Dylan.
As always, truly appreciate y'all, man. Making sure y'all pulling up on me, man. We read the headlines, we read in between the lines. Trust that regardless, truly love you and respect you, man. I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up. Never forget what we're doing Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. right here with your boy Dealatofficial. You see the title. There's only one way to do it right here with me and no filters. You hear me? As always, lock your doors. Lock your doors. There's a lot going on outside right now in your city and mine. Lock your doors. Keep that hammer with you. You hear me? Y'all be safe. God bless.